Thanks for watching Virginia This Morning. It's time to start making second breakfast.
Yes, Virginia-based award-winning recipe developer Robin Crouch is back. Her chip beef and gravy is on the menu today. Hello, Robin.
Hello. Good to see you.
You said beef. I was in. I made sure I was over here for this one.
Yes. Okay, so before we even get started, I have to let you all know that Mrs. Crouch, I have known her since I was in kindergarten. Her daughter and I went to school together, so this is a special treat for me because I've been seeing her on the show.
Yes.
And now we're here together, and we've got a delicious,
It's so special.
delicious.
It is.
Did you bring? You didn't
Menu.
bring any pictures of?
I
baby
did not.
antlers? Okay.
No,
We're gonna.
All right.
We'll take those back.
You know why? Because I thought Jessica was going to be here today.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really did. And that's
I'm feeling
actually
it.
why I'm making this dish. Because the last time I was here, she said, "Oh, I love chip beef and gravy." I said, "Well, next time I'm on, I'll be making it."
Well, we're going to eat it for
we
her.
will taste it in her honor.
That's right. What do we got? Let's
All
get
right,
started.
let's get started. So we're going to start off with a stick of butter.
Okay.
The best
Oh, just-
recipes start with a whole
Just the whole.
stick of
Yeah,
That's a
butter.
whole
it wasn't.
stick
I
of
thought it was
butter.
a little. We were going to nibble a piece
Nope.
off, but throw that stick in there.
Nope.
All right, and then I've got this little jar of my chip beef gravy, and this is, or my chip beef, and this jar is going to be found in the aisle with the tuna
Okay.
and the canned meat
Yeah,
and
'cause this
everything.
is my first time hearing this.
I knew you
when you
said.
the first thing I asked you this morning, I said, well, what kind of beef is it that we're cooking? You
Right.
said, well, no, it's right here. It starts right here in the jar
Yes.
as a great breakfast item.
So I just take this little roll of beef out and I slice it up while the butter's melting, and you don't want to burn your butter. You want to melt that on very low.
Yeah, I noticed there wasn't a huge sizzle here, so that's why I was...
No, you do. You
Okay.
do not want to burn your butter for sure. I know when I was a little girl, the lady that babysat me was talking to my mom. My mom used to make this for me growing up, and she was talking to my mom. She said, "Tell me how to make that, Joan." And so my mom told her how to make it. Well, she burned her butter, and she said, "Robin, come here." And she said, "Taste this. Does this taste like your mama's?" And I looked at
With
it.
the burnt butter?
Yeah,
You
I
didn't even
looked
have to
at
taste
it, and it was
Probably
all
tell.
brown, and I thought, that doesn't look right, but it didn't taste right either. It was
That's why
burnt.
we're learning
It
from
was
you.
burnt. So we're going to watch how I do it, and we're going to learn how to do it. So right now I've got the beef in. This is salty beef, so I don't add any more salt to
Okay.
this.
Yeah, I noticed I
only-
didn't see a lot of extra
no
stuff
salt.
going in there.
No,
Okay.
no, just butter. I've turned my burner up a little bit because we're going to let that saute. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the milk in there. Now I've got 4 cups of milk. So I've got a stick of butter and the jar of beef. And the next thing I'm going to do is add the milk.
So I noticed you just got one pan. So this is all the gravy, the whole thing is going to come, and then we're just going to kind of sop it up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Everything's
okay.
going to be in this one pan here.
I'm liking this.
And,
I know.
and while that's
Saves us
melting,
some energy on the back end.
I'm going to add 1 cup of flour
Okay.
into my little mixing cup here. Okay, and this is going to be the thickener. Here.
This is what
This
makes
gonna-
the gravy.
This is going to be the thickener, yeah. Now this part here,
Now, is that like 1 cup-ish?
This is
like where
one-
you're still, it's 1 cup, but you're kind of eyeballing it a little bit too.
I always
Okay.
do. Yeah,
Okay.
I always do. But for the recipe, I, you know,
For the rule
measure.
followers
yeah,
out
yeah,
there,
Yeah, exactly.
you do the 1
for the
cup.
OCD
yeah,
people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got the 1 cup of water and 1 cup of flour, and this is the part when I was young and I made this. My mom has made it for years, and I made it for my family. My family loves this. In fact, if you ask my son, "Honey, what do you want for breakfast?" he'll say, "Chip beef and gravy, Mom, chip beef and gravy." So I'm going to just show you how I stir this. And you have to be kind of aggressive with it because you want to get the lumps out.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Should
this,
people use like a whisk alternatively too?
you know, you
or-
can. I've always
Okay.
used the spoon, and what I do is I kind of mash the spoon against the measuring cup so that it does get the lumps
Lumps
out.
and that stuff at the bottom
Right,
that doesn't,
right.
yeah, want
Yeah,
to
you want to
go
scrape
right
the
away.
bottom for sure because you don't want that flour to be at the very end. And you want a consistency of gravy. You want the consistency of like a gravy.
No one likes
consistency.
watery gravy, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No, you don't want watery gravy. So if your gravy at the end is too thick, you're just going to add some more milk. If it's too thin, you're going to add a little bit more flour and water mixture. Yeah.
Now, Robin,
to it.
how's the heat? Is this doing what it's supposed to do right now?
I'm gonna turn it. I've turned it
Okay.
up all the way.
I think we've got a.
Yeah, it's coming.
No, 10 now.
Oh, there
yeah,
we go.
it's
Yeah, I
on
think
a
you had
10.
like 7
So I've turned it up all the way, and I'm gonna go ahead and add my 4 cups of milk. So that can be heating up. Because we have to wait till this comes to a boil.
Ooh, before we
Yeah, before we put the mixture in. We have to wait till it comes to
check on our mixture over here.
Yeah, Andrews, get in there. Get those
Yeah,
lumps out.
stir all those lumps out, and that was, that's the hardest thing of this recipe is to
Getting the lumps out.
get the
Okay.
lumps out. Right, exactly.
Well, and with
So-
it being in a measuring cup, you really got to work your wrist
Don't
here.
you? Yeah, you have to stir that a lot. So I've got my chip beef and gravy going here. It looks good. The only thing I'm going to add to this, Corey, is some pepper.
Okay.
Just add a little pepper, okay?
A
So-
dollop. Is it a dollop or a shake?
So
A shaky poo,
you
as I
do it
say
to
at home.
taste.
I say add a
Shaky
little, I
poo.
say add a
There
little
you
shaky
go.
poo of seasoning there.
And it doesn't need any salt because the meat itself is gonna
It's doing the work.
it's gonna do
There's
the-
like a little battle going on, right? The milk, the saltiness from the milk, the butter, that's kind of going to smooth it out because I think what you're saying is if you just start eating it out of the jar, it might be too salty, right? So you kind of get a whole blend going, yeah?
This is this meat is going to flavor the gravy.
Yeah.
And the pepper, and the butter, of course.
Yes.
So
Butter seems to
go.
be almost gone there.
We're ready over here.
all right.
All the
we got
lumps.
it.
I think so.
You need an inspector. Let me
Wait
see.
a minute.
You
I got another lump in there.
Okay, hold on. Let me. I see something.
Hey,
on it.
hey, get on your side.
You don't have to get them all out.
I'm a board
You don't have
supervisor.
to
I'm a
do-
board supervisor.
Yeah,
I
you
was
are not
born to
digging in at all over
He's
there.
ready to eat. Try it. He's ready to eat.
That's right.
Well, I tell you, this is a dish that my pawpaw, my mom's father, was in the Navy.
Okay.
And all you veterans out there, this is a dish that they used to serve.
I bet.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
But they had another name for it.
Oh, what was the name?
No, I can't tell you. I can't say it. You have to Google
You
that.
can whisper it to me later.
You have to Google that.
Alternate
But-
names for chip
Yeah,
beef.
so the veterans were used to eating this on a daily basis.
Okay.
All right, so it's almost boiling.
Okay.
We got it on
We
high.
are definitely rolling now.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we
Nice.
got yeah.
So we've opened up one jar of chip beef. How many does this serve?
So I would make this recipe with the 4 cups for either 2 or 3 people.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be for 2 or 3 people, but we eat 2 pieces of bread with the gravy, and
So 2 to 3 people.
Yeah, we're
Sorry,
good.
team.
Yeah. So this is good. And if you make this and you plate it up and you like it, please contact us, WTVR.com, and let us know you like it.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
us know how good it is. Send us pictures of it.
Yeah, for
All
our
right.
Everywhere You Are. We want to see everywhere the chip beef and gravy
That's
is.
right. I love seeing how people, actually plate things up and serve them.
Yeah.
I love tablescapes and
Oh, yeah.
and pretty dishes and stuff. So right now we
batter.
don't want it to
It's like a
scorch
batter.
because we don't want it to burn like
You're gonna
my old
ease it in there.
babysitters did. Yes.
Stir it in.
So I'm going to constantly stir, and then just slowly pour this in. And just stir, stir, stir. And one thing I would recommend doing is using this high-sided pan. Like this is a little wok pan that I'm using, and it just makes it easier that you don't splash it everywhere.
Now, if you needed to make for 6 people and you had a larger pan, of course, would you suggest doubling it, or is this mostly how it's served?
So you could actually just add more milk into it, and
Okay.
and then if it just depends on how much meat you'd like.
Okay.
If you want more meat, then because a lot of times I'll use 2 jars. If I have the whole family at home, which is 6, I'll use 2 jars and double it. Yeah, I
Okay.
will double it. So, all
it's
right,
coming
it's
along.
getting thick. I
Yeah.
can feel it. It's
Yeah.
getting thick. You just don't want it to burn. That's the thing,
Okay.
and that's why I'm
Constantly stirring.
constantly
Yeah.
stirring, and you can see it's thickening.
Yep.
And so you may not use all your flour mixture. You may not. You just have to kind of eyeball it. But I tell you, this is so delicious. I have a friend that requests this at every birthday. Can you
Oh.
smell it? Yeah, she always says, can you make me some chip beef and gravy on her birthday? And
Okay.
she loves it. All right.
So this can be breakfast, or it can be an evening meal. Well, we're going to keep on stirring.
Absolutely. We're gonna get this finished for you guys. Robin's gonna hang with us in the kitchen, and we're gonna bring this home right if we come back from this short break.
In the meantime, if you're interested in this recipe, we'll post it on our show website by early this afternoon at virginiathismorning.com. And stay tuned. We'll
It's
wrap up
ready.
today's show and share our final thoughts in less than 3
You
minutes.
said it's ready.
Welcome back. We wanted to show you our end of the show, Good Eatin', with our good friend Robin Crouch. Her chipped beef and gravy is on the Virginia This Morning menu, and we are ready to taste.
Yes, but you said there was one thing that was missing, right?
Yeah, so during the commercial break, I added my love.
Okay.
I have to add a
You
little
added
pinch
your
of love. Yeah,
Okay.
I have to add a little pinch of love. Everything
Okay.
you make, you have to add a little love to it. It just makes it extra special.
You added love.
I
I'm going
did.
to add a fork.
Okay, that's my contribution.
Hold
All
on.
right.
Yeah, we don't
Chipped
want any
beef.
exits, so bring it
Here
in
we
here.
go.
Let's go. This is my first
Chipped
experience with
beef and
chipped
gravy.
Corey's never had
Let's
this.
Wait a minute, I
No.
gotta get some chipped beef on.
Yeah, you got to get the beef in there. Okay. And we go. That's good.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
Wait a
That's
minute.
pretty good.
Thank you.
I mean, you knew the answer already.
You're not
I love
surprised.
it.
And then
I
on the
love
break, we
it.
found out there's several people in the studio from the production team that grew
love-
up on this too and love this too.
Yep.
And now I'm a
is
fan. Robin, you've,
so glad.
you've done it again.
You've done it
Thank
again.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
I hope Jessica sees this and will make this recipe. And I hope you all out there will too.
Jessica, we are enjoying this on,
On
your
your
behalf.
There we go. There we go. This is so tasty, and I love it because I hear it can be breakfast, dinner, lunch, at any time. It's
Yes,
always
indeed.
appropriate.
Yes, indeed.
It
I'd
is
like you
so
to-
tasty.
I'd
A
like
lot
you
of
to do
people
all
like
the
breakfast
talking
at dinner
for
time.
the rest of the show. I'd like you to do all
Corey
the
said
talking
he's
for the
out.
rest-
You can't say anything more. Thank you so much for being with us. This has been so
Thank
special.
you for having me. I
And-
really appreciate it.
As you mentioned, having a little love in it goes all the way. I've been encouraging Mrs. Crouch to put all of these recipes in a book, so folks like me can cook Southern with a little love.
We love it. Virginia This Morning is back on Monday starting at 8:56 a.m.
Enjoy a great weekend and happy Father's Day to all the fathers and grandfathers.